the Joint Action Front in alliance with scores of pro-people civil society organizations across the country welcome our media compatriots to this press conference, specifically called to unfold the outcome of the mass consultative meeting held this afternoon. Today's meeting is the third of such independent activities in the past 9 years that JAF would rally nationwide resistance of labor CSOs and the suffering majority of Nigerians against hikes in prices of fuel and electricity. First was the declaration of mass action on December 20, 2011. Second was the May 18 to 20, 2016 resistance, which was violently repressed by the Buhari regime, and in which a section of the CSOs joined forces with the regime to organize a press conference at the Lagos Airport Hotel Ikeja to sanction the total removal of so-called subsidy, with the increases of petroleum prices from 86 naira 50 kobo to 145 naira, thereby undermining the resistance. Today's meeting is a further statement of our consistency that Nigerians should heed the clarion call to struggle for system change. Equally, we should record JAF's affirmation in the recent past, and it is important. In the run-down to the 2015 general election, when the Buhari APC appealed to the Nigerian people with its alleged change mantra, we cautioned that irrespective of the party that wins the presidential election, the crisis in the economy is bound to continue because the economic agenda of the two major parties, PDP and APC, remains dependent on oil and capitalist policies of privatization and deregulation. These policies are operated and championed by servants of the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, whose main business is to steal our national wealth for the use of the exploiters in Europe, United States of America, Japan, Asia, etc. These agents cannot defend the working people, the poor, and the oppressed anywhere. Neoliberal policies of privatization and deregulation, in essence and always, are economic instruments of hardships to the working people and the poor, whose lives are continuously being made miserable by incessant hikes in prices of goods and services, poor salaries and starvation wages, lack of social security and welfare, commercialization of education and healthcare, poor living conditions, job losses and unemployment, etc. These policies are dictated by greed, profit-seeking, and looting of the national resources by the few rich cabals at the expense of increasing the sufferings of the poor masses and working people of this country. JAF countered the APC change mantra then in 2015, and which holds true even till today, that, quote, the system change we want will unite the vast majority of our people under a government that will organize the working people and oppress poor to boost our productive capacities, and will use the resources of sustainable economic and social advancement, thereby reversing our economic dependency and restoring our dignity as an independent country. The government of the working people will take care of all Nigerians, no matter where they come from, their religion, where they live, and their sex. It will care for all Nigerians dehumanized by the rule of the oppressors.
It recall that fuel price was increased from 86 naira 50 kobo on May 11, 2016 to the latest wicked increase from 145 to 150 and now to 162. The meeting condemned and rejected the latest increases in prices of fuel.
Sorry, comrade, can you take that part again? You didn't adjust our rights.
Okay. Take it from the start again. The meeting recorder.
The outcome of the consultative meeting held this afternoon. The meeting recalled that fuel price was increased from 86 naira 50 kobo to 145 naira on May 11, 2016. And the latest weekend increase from 145 to 150 and now 162, and thereby condemn and reject the increases in price of fuel, electricity tariffs, and value-added tax VAT. We contend that these increases is a product of the capitalist neoliberal policy of privatizations and deregulation. The meeting calls on the Nigerian working people, the oppressed poor masses, students, traders, professionals, women, unemployed youth, farmers, artisans, Muslims, Christians, and faith-based organizations to prepare to use mass action to reject, resist, and defeat the latest imposition of hardship by the deceptive and anti-poor People Buhari regime on Nigerians, which, if not resisted and defeated, will compound the miserable existence of the vast majority of Nigerians who are still groaning with the attack of the coronavirus pandemic. The meeting urged Nigerians across the country to hold mass meetings and sanitation rallies to reject the latest hike and to struggle to defeat it. Preparatory to the commencement of mass action, which we agreed to commence Wednesday, September 17, 2020, to demand immediate and unconditional reversal of the hike in petrol price from the 160 to the 86 naira 50 kobo original price as at 2012. 2, the government has a responsibility to make our refineries to work and build new ones in order to ensure the availability of petroleum products, petrol, diesel, kerosene, aviation fuel, etc. at cheaper and affordable prices to all. 3, total reversal of the capitalist policy of privatization and deregulation, which have been responsible for improper functioning of local refineries, looting by government officials and fuel marketers through fuel importation and subsidies, and the collapse and fraudulent handover to private profiteers of public enterprises such as PACN, NITEL, Nigerian Airways, Nigerian Port Authority, Ajakuta Steel, Osogbo Steel Rolling Mill, Itakpe and Oil, Tafawa Balewa Square, National Air Theatre, Trade Fair Complex, Nigerian Newsprint Manufacturing Company, Daily Times, and several others. We insist that government should, in obedience to Section 16 of 1999 Constitution on economic objective, respect the provision that control of the national economy in such manner as to secure the maximum welfare, freedom, and happiness of every citizen. Section 16(1)(c) said that government shall manage and operate major sectors of the economy. So the oil sector is a major sector of the economy. To abandon responsibility to private marketers is a violation of the grand norm of the land. 3, the state shall direct its policy towards ensuring that Section 16(2), that the economic system is not operated in such manner as to permit the concentration of wealth or means of production and exchange in the hands of few individuals or of a group. So this section negates totally the policy of privatizations and deregulation. 4. Massive public investment in industrialization and infrastructure, that is energy, railroad, mass housing, to enhance millions of employment opportunities and wealth creation. Under the democratic control and management of Committee of Workers, consumers, and representatives of the government, who will ensure that they are not open to looting and collapse, as was evident in all the previous looters regime of Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, Jonathan, and the current looter regime of Buhari. Unconditional implementation of the new minimum wage across board, and payment of all outstanding allowances and arrears to all categories of public and private employment, and ensure respect for collective agreement reached with labor unions. Adequate funding of public education, in particular, the immediate and unconditional implementation of 2009 and all substantial agreement reached with ASU on funding, and respect for university autonomy in the payment system to all universities workers, whether lecturers or non-academic workers. The meeting agreed to continue engagement with labor partners, the NSC and TUC, for a joint program of resistance to the latest hike, and resolved to commence independent course of action with groups that are ready to struggle for the unconditional reversal in price of fuel, electricity, and VAT, in order to struggle to defeat this capitalist policy. Conclusion. The meeting appealed to Nigeria of the necessity to struggle to end the unjust system of capitalism and its failed policy of protection and deregulation, and the era of looting and exploitation by the corrupt capitalist ruling cabals, in order to bring forth a new political and economic order under the just system of system change, which in JAF referred to as socialism. It is only a just system that can ensure that the wealth of the country is judiciously used to benefit the majority working population, formal and informal sectors, and the oppressed people. Dare to struggle, dare to win. A luta continua. A luta. A luta continua. A luta. A luta.
Hey guys, so we know that the new school year is right around the corner and that this is a time to support family and friends back home and help with the school fees. Well, don't worry, Sahara Reporters has got you covered. We are partnering with SendWave to help you send money with love. That special love that only your mother can give you. Now, for those of you who don't know about SendWave, it is a mobile app that allows you to send money instantly without paying any fees. Yes, no fees at all. Very convenient, right? With SendWave, you can easily send money to Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania as if you were sending a mere text message. Yes. So throughout the month of September, new users can use our promo code Sahara to get $5, €5, or £5 free credit for your first transfer. All you have to do is simply use our promo code before you make the transaction. And on top of that, everyone who sends money to Nigeria, whether they're old or new senders, will get a 4.5% cash bonus for transfers over $50, €50, etc. Just simply be sure to update your SendWave app to enjoy this cash bonus. This video is sponsored by SendWave.